Hey everyone. So today's class is about having your resources ready. So when you want to teach a class, one of the best things I can recommend is making sure that you have the right resources to make your class run really smoothly. So one of the first things I recommend is purchasing the Modern Essentials app, and I'll just show you what that looks like. So that's the Modern Essentials app. You can get that from au.aromatools.com. The brilliant thing about that is you can actually search by ailment, so you can see all your different conditions up here. You can look up those. You can search by individual oils, so you can actually look up all the individual oils by that one. You can search by oil blends, so if you're wanting to know more of what a particular oil can do, and there's some other great features with that as well. The reason why I recommend that is because, as you know, we're not able to diagnose or treat. So our job is to empower people with the oils and to show them the great resources that we have available. What actually happens is if someone in your class was to say, oh, you know, my cousin has arthritis, what can I do? Because we're not trained, or a lot of us aren't trained as aromatherapists, we don't want to diagnose or treat. We can say, look, I can give you some great resources that can help with that. And you whip out your phone and you show them how to look for which oils are recommended for those particular ailments. So I highly recommend having the app. I've also purchased the book, and the book is a fabulous resource. Another book that I recommend is the Essential Life book. Now, again, completely optional, but it's a nice one for people to flick through. It's got all your different oils, and it's just a lovely book. And you've got your ailments at the front, plus recipes at the back. That is optional. The other optional book that I recommend is Emotions and Essential Oils. The reason I recommend this is because you've got all your different emotions and things that you could be dealing with towards the back, and you can actually link which oils will help that particular person. And then you've also got individual information on individual oils and how they can support your emotions as well. So it's great to have some great resources handy. Again, those last two are optional. You can get away with just having the app, but over time they would be great ones to invest in. Also, I recommend having some printed out drawer entries. So I like to print something like this off. This is located in this exact one is located in the Dropbox, so our team Dropbox. Now this is a monthly draw that I do, and it's to go into to win a bottle of lime. So once a month I draw a bottle of lime, and I have name, email, phone, and event. So event could be, Sammy's house, or, event date. Just so you can keep track of how you've met people in that month. The great thing about this is by having this available in your classes is if you don't know anyone in that class personally, you can then follow up with everyone and let them know when there's specials on, or you've got all their details to follow up if they don't actually purchase on the day. So really handy to have on hand, and I can't highly recommend that enough. And it's a nice way of us, instead of, everyone write their details. They're going in for a competition, and most people, would love to win something. So it's just a nice way to build up your contacts for your business. The other thing I recommend is having some sample vials with your wild orange. So a way that I love to start the class is by giving everyone a 1 ml sample of the wild orange. And I start the class by asking everyone to put a drop on their hands, rubbing their palms together, and having a deep breath in, because it's such an uplifting oil, and I think it's just a lovely way to start the class. So I highly recommend having some complimentary oils for them. Obviously, if you're hosting the class at your home, I highly recommend having some wild orange a choc Jaffa slice, and we do go into this later in the modules, but it's really great. There's 2 recipes there. You can do lemon bliss balls or the choc Jaffa slice. Really great for people to be able to experience how they taste in food. So I highly recommend having that ready. The other thing I really recommend is having a box to carry all your resources in, so whether that be a box, or I like to take a suitcase so it's nice and easy. And what I have in that box are clipboards and pens. So I like to have up to 20 clipboards, depending on how many people are in the class. Obviously, if you've only got 5, just bring 7 to 8 clipboards in case there are some last minute people. I have a pen ready for everybody, and what I like to have on those clipboards are your Empower Kit information. So your Empower Kit is so important in these classes, so I just like to clip those ready onto your clipboard. How I like to set them up is I have the essential oils for a healthy home first. I then have, so I have that one first. I then have the price list second. And then I have the sign-up form third. And so at the beginning of the class, when I'm explaining to everyone, you know, there'll be an opportunity to join as a wholesale member at the end and get the same prices as me. Throughout the class, we're going to be going through a lot of oils, and so you'll notice that the second form is a list of those oils. The reason why we have that there is because we cover so many oils, we don't want you to feel overwhelmed. So if anything resonates while I'm talking about that, make sure you put a tick or a big smiley face next to that particular oil, so when I come around at the end, we can discuss that oil further for you. And yeah, so that's how I like to set that up on the clipboard, so that's nice and ready for everybody. What else do I bring? Pens, your diffuser, make sure you've got your diffuser. I like to diffuse wild orange in my classes. I also love to diffuse citrus bliss or any of the happy oils. Wild orange is the oil of abundance, so that's a lovely oil to diffuse in the classes as well, especially if, you know, you're trying to manifest some really great sign-ups for that class. What else do I have? Just thinking, pretty sure that's most of the things I take with me. Yeah, so, and again, oh, and obviously your oils. So the main oils that I think are required for a class are the top 10 oils. The reason being is because when we are doing a class, you do cover your top 10 oils and you're able to hand them around. If you would like to add a couple of extras, whether that be your Clary Calm for the hormone balancing blend, that's usually a popular one. Past tense for the tension. What's another? The mood management kit, so your balance, your lavender peace, your elevation, and your citrus bliss, so you can talk about how to support your emotions. And you can also mention that there is the emotional aromatherapy kit as well, with the passion, motivate, peace, console. Passion, motivate, peace, console. Forgive and motivate and cheer. So you've got those 6 oils as well, but I wouldn't go through each of those individually because you don't want to overwhelm people in your class. So please know that as long as you've got the top 10 oils, that's all that you need, and don't feel like you need any more, because you don't want to. I mean, I remember when I first started my classes, I would try and go through every single oil, and by the end, people were like, I didn't want to hear any more about oils after they dealt with me. So yeah, please keep it simple, because you are giving them a lot of information. You don't want to overwhelm them. Yeah, so yeah, I have those all ready. I usually only takes me 15 minutes to set up a class before I get there. So I just go in, I set up my diffuser, I have my top 10 oils, and then I sort of line them up ready for me to go through in the class. And then I just set up the clipboards on all the chairs, have my slice ready. Now, if someone else is hosting the class for you, I generally ask them to provide the slice or the bliss balls. If they are not currently a member, you can either send them some wild orange to use, or lemon to use with some recipes, or if you don't feel comfortable asking them to make the slice for you, you're more than welcome to bring it along. But I find if they are already a member and they're using the oils, it's really nice for them to be able to do the slice for you as well. So there's more information, detailed information in week 2's guide, so please read through that, and I hope you found this helpful. So enjoy.